absolute monster, y'all. But let's see if I can pull them out. Whoa. They love these flakes. I never thought I'd be feeding flakes to catfish, but what up YouTube, it's Master Aquatics and I'm just bringing you guys another video. So check out this giant catfish that I now have in my bathtub pond. Yes, he is not looking so good. Let me explain before you guys start jumping to conclusions and start calling me a scumbag. So I was out fishing today. I was fishing for 5 hours, didn't catch anything. Across the way there were 2 fishermen that were fishing and they managed to catch this guy. And I said, what are you guys going to do with him? They said they're going to throw him back. I said, if he's big enough to eat, can I have him? They said yes. So I wanted to do a catch and cook video for you guys. I've never done one. I've always wanted to do one, and now I have the opportunity to do one. I just thought it would be cool before I, turned him into food that I threw him in here, just so you guys can see how big he is. So this is my big tub. We still got my bluegillies in here. I used a few of them for bait earlier today trying to fish, which was a fail. Got this big old catfish. He looks like he is on his way out. So I'm going to put him out of his misery and I'm going to put him in my belly. I'm gonna go ahead and get started, but I just want to show you guys how big he is. Hopefully I can grab him without him poking me, because if he pokes me, this is going to be a different type of video that I don't want to make. I really don't want to get poked. I've been poked by a tiny baby catfish and that hurt like a mug. This guy, he is just super stiff. Look at all that stuff just growing off of him. But let's see if I can pull him out. Whoa. Dude, this guy is huge. Super huge. Okay. Let's see if I can just get him out. Oh! Hold on, let me take this out so you guys can see this guy. This guy's beautiful, but absolute monster, y'all. I wish I had the measuring tape just to measure him. Man. So the first thing I'm gonna do after I make sure that he's lights out, so I'm gonna get rid of these spikes because I don't want to get poked. But man, just look at how big he is. He is a big beast, y'all. That's a lot of meat for a catfish, y'all. I'm gonna be eating good for the next few days. So, all right, I'm gonna take him out. Go ahead, send him on his way to catfish heaven, and I'm gonna have a feast. And I'm sorry if this triggers people, but hey, people go out fishing every day and eat fish every day. So don't get mad at me, but if you want to get mad and curse me out in the comments, you can do that. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Alright y'all, so the catfish is out of the bathtub pond. I got him nice and fillet. Let's go check out the fillets. Alright y'all, so here's the fillets. I did a pretty decent job. Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put some cold water in this little container right here. I'm gonna put some salt in here. I'm gonna let those fillets soak in salt just for about 30 minutes. And then I'm gonna put the fillet in the freezer. And then, so I'm gonna let the fillets soak in cold water and salt for 30 minutes. Then I'm going to season them and heat them up in the oven. So let's go ahead and do that. So we got the fillets right here. They're pretty decent size. I did a pretty decent job. I did miss a few pieces, so I ended up going back and cutting them out. So I do have a few small pieces, but I do have 2 big fillet pieces. I didn't want to show me filleting the fish because I didn't want you guys to see me cutting up that fish. It was pretty brutal, but it is what it is. So here's the big piece. I got the skin off and everything. So there we go, nice and clean. Now I'm not a professional fish filleter or anything like that, so if you're expecting to learn something on this video about filleting fish, you're going to be disappointed. Alright, so we got the fillets. So we got the fillets in the water. Now I'm gonna get some kosher salt, dump some of that in there. A bunch of that in there actually. Just like that. I think I put way too much in there, but whatever. I didn't have any regular salt, I just had the kosher salt. I'm doing this just as like a way of cleaning the fillets as much as I can. I feel like soaking the fillet in cold water and some salt it makes me feel good doing this, because it makes me feel like this is going to make sure that the fillets are going to be as clean as possible. Because the lake that I got this catfish from, I mean, it's not like a dirty lake or anything. Well, all lakes are pretty much dirty, but I don't know. I just feel like this is the best way to cook wild caught fish. So this is what I'm doing, but again, I'm not like professional or anything like that. And man, I can't lie though, this fillet looks good. It looks really good. Just gonna let these bad boys soak for about 30 minutes, and then I'll season them, and I'll put them in the freezer. Alright guys, so they've been in here for about 30 minutes. I'm gonna grab one fillet. I'm not that hungry, so I'm not going to grab too much, but we're gonna season them all. But I'm only gonna cook a small portion tonight. Look at that fillet. Beautiful catfish fillet. And then we got all these small pieces right here. The small pieces here is pretty much all the pieces that I messed up on. But the main reason actually why I put the fillet in water and salt is because as I was cutting, I think I accidentally cut into like an artery or something. It's my first time filleting a fish, and they always say that if the blood gets into the meat, it's not going to taste that good. One of the fillets that I was cutting on the right side, I cut and then all this blood gushed out and it got onto the fillet. Before I washed it and cleaned it, it was like a lot more darker and red than it was now. And that's the main reason why I put it in water and salt, because I thought it would help with that. But now the fillets look really nice. They're like a nice pink yellowish tint color, which is a really good color. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna sprinkle some garlic jalapeno. I love this stuff right here. I use it for everything that I bake. If I'm baking chicken, tilapia, swai, or sway, however you want to call it. I don't want to put too much because I want to taste the natural flavor of the fish meat. And then I also got some garlic and herb. Like I said, these are some of my favorite seasoning. If you guys want to try it out, I highly recommend that you guys do. I'll leave a link down in the description for those seasoning. You guys can try it out yourself. We got our seasoned catfish fillet. I'm gonna grab a bag, put most of it in the freezer, and I'm going to cook a small portion. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and start preheating. I'm going to preheat at 75, so it's going to take about 8 minutes to preheat. This is the ghetto way of storing your meat. If you don't have any Ziploc bags, what you do is you get grocery bags like this, like a Walmart bag or something, and then you take your meat and you throw it in there. So I'm going to be saving this for later. So I'm going to just put that in there like so. Get all the small pieces. Throw it in there just like that, and this is the piece that we're gonna cook up. Alright guys, here we go. So got my fillet right here, all nice and cooked. I'm gonna go ahead and just take a bite. I know you guys can't see me trying it, but believe me when I say I'm taking a piece. I'm taking a bite. Alright, here we go. Tastes pretty good. Not bad, not bad. I gotta say though, without this, if it wasn't for the seasoning, this would taste like potatoes. But this is really good. It tastes like store-bought catfish, so if you want to save yourself the hassle of spending hours of catching one catfish just to eat it, just go to the store and buy it. Wild catfish doesn't taste any different than the store-bought catfish, in my opinion. This is still pretty good though. I've had a largemouth bass before. In my opinion, largemouth bass tastes way better than catfish, but This is still pretty decent, still pretty good. Honestly, I think I should have put more seasoning on this. I think I went really light with the seasoning, so that's why it doesn't taste as good. Alright, so that's that. Alright guys, so now I want to show you guys my baby catfish, and they are doing well. I'm going to show you guys how they eat. I've been feeding them tetra colored flakes. I feed this to a lot of my fish. Very good product. If you guys want to try this out for your fish, order some through Amazon. I'll leave a link down in the description and in the comment section. Let me show you guys how much fish love these flakes. I'm going to go ahead and feed it to my baby catfish. Alright, so I got a pinch right here. I'm going to go ahead and just put it in. And just watch them go crazy. They love these flakes. And these are catfish eating these flakes. I never thought I'd be feeding flakes to catfish, but these guys are so hungry. Very, very hungry fish. I'm not going to be keeping these guys in here for too long. I'm going to be moving them into another tank. I'm going to make a whole video on that. I just thought of this idea. I'm not going to say too much more about it. But you guys will be seeing a new video here shortly on these guys where I'll move them into a much bigger tank. And I'm really excited about it. Hopefully you guys are too. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. And I think that's going to be the end of this video. My name is Master Aquatics, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye.